If you're tired of crazy long shots killing your slips, this is for you. Welcome to AI Plus Predictions, where every day we build data-driven value bet builders in the 1.35 to 2.0 range, focused on recent form, team news, and smart risk management, not guesses. All right, starting today's football predictions with Ligue 1 and a spicy one, Nice versus Marseille. And look, on paper this is a derby-type trap game, but when you zoom in with the AI lens, something jumps out. Nice are walking into this one with a patched-up defense. We're talking multiple first-choice center backs missing, and that thing hurts not just their ability to defend, but their ability to play out, organize, and survive pressure. Now enter Marseille. They're not just higher in the table, they're arriving with momentum and a squad that travels well. So instead of forcing a risky straightaway win, we go smart. Marseille win or draw. It's the safety net. If the game turns into a battle, we still cash on a draw. Then we layer over 1.5 goals, because with Nice's defense weakened and Marseille's attack quality, one goal isn't enough for this match. The most likely stories here look like 1-1, 2-0, 2-1. All green for us. So the AI safe builder for today, x2 plus over 1.5, total odds around 1.50. Let's move on. Next up in today's AI football predictions, Bundesliga, Mainz versus Hoffenheim. And this one is all about direction. Mainz are fighting from the bottom, and yes, at home they can scrap, but the trend line is still downward. Their season has been a grind, and they've been leaking control in key moments. Hoffenheim, on the other hand, completely different story. They're sitting up the table and coming in with a win streak that actually tells us more than results. It tells us confidence, and when a confident team meets a desperate one, the game usually has two paths. Either the favorite wins or the underdog drags a draw. That's why the AI safest lane here is Hoffenheim double chance, win or draw. We're not asking them to dominate, we're asking them to not lose. And at 150 odds, the market implies about a 67% hit rate. With the form gap, I've got it a little higher. So this is a classic daily safe pick, x2 Hoffenheim. Ride the stronger side, protect the draw. Let's keep rolling. All right, La Liga time for today's football predictions. Valencia versus Levante. This is the Valencia derby, and if you've watched this fixture before, you know one thing. Form gets weird in these games. Valencia haven't been smooth lately, and they're still not fully stable defensively. Levante, they're struggling in results, but their games are chaos. They score and they concede. That's the key. When you combine a derby atmosphere with two backlines that don't inspire trust, the clean AI read isn't a winner. It's goals from both sides. So we go both teams to score? Yes. Think about the match script. Valencia at Mestalla will push. They usually find a goal at home. But with Levante's attackers returning and Valencia not 100% in defense, Levante getting a goal is absolutely live. A 1-1, 2-1, even 2-2 type match makes total sense. At 1.75 odds, this pick sits right in that value pocket. Risk controlled, logic strong, BTTS yes is the move. Championship predictions now. Preston versus Blackburn, the Lancashire derby. And this is one of those games where the table lies to you. Preston are flying high, Blackburn are down the pack, but derby football doesn't care about your league position. Preston at home are aggressive and in form, so I fully expect them to score. But there's a twist. They're missing a key striker and a few rotation pieces, and sometimes that takes away your clean finish. It doesn't stop you creating chances. It just makes you vulnerable to a scrap. Blackburn's season has been bumpy, but they've got one thing in derbies. They show up. They don't sit back, they press, and they usually find moments. And when you check the history between these two, it's rarely quiet. Goals happen, and both teams have scored in most recent meetings. So instead of gambling on a result, we take the AI safe route. BTS, yes. We're basically betting on derby energy plus two imperfect defenses. At 1.75 odds, that's strong value for a fixture that screams 1-1 or 2-1 either way. Let's go. Belgium Pro League up next. Standard Liège versus Zulte Waregem. And here's the thing. The market is already shouting goals. Over 1.5 got smashed down to tiny odds, so we don't take that. We level up smartly to the Asian line, over 2.0 goals. Why this line? Because it's the perfect daily safety play when a match looks open. Standard have been trending toward high-scoring games recently, and even when they wobble, they still create chances at home. Zulte are the kind of team that don't park the bus. They score, but they also leave gaps. Now picture the most likely scripts: 1-1 early, 2-0 with Zulte chasing, or the classic 2-1 Belgian chaos. If the match lands exactly on 2 goals, we don't lose, we get refunded. If it hits 3 or more, we cash cleanly. So for today's AI football predictions, this is a safe value line. Over 2.0 Asian goals at 1.40, built for a game that wants to be open. Germany 2. Bundesliga, Bochum versus Dynamo Dresden. This one is the definition of momentum versus misery. Bochum have flipped their season since the coaching change. Unbeaten in multiple games, clean sheets stacking up, and the whole stadium feels relit. Dresden are the opposite. They're stuck near the drop zone, confidence low, and their defense has been one of the leakiest in the league. When a struggling backline walks into a confident home side in cold Ruhrstadion conditions, it usually turns into one story: pressure, mistakes, and goals for the home team. That's why the AI pick here is straight: Bochum to win. Not a fancy builder, not a hedge, because the price is already giving us value. Around 1.90 odds implies just over 52% win probability, and with this form gap, Bochum's real win chance feels closer to the high 50s. So yeah, this is one of today's stronger singles: home win Bochum. Last one for today's football predictions: Hertha Berlin versus Eintracht Braunschweig. And this is a classic trust the bigger engine pick. Hertha are rolling right now, 4 wins in a row, pushing promotion spots, and their key attacking pieces are back in the squad. They look like a team that knows exactly who they are again. Braunschweig, they're stuck in a spiral. Losses piling up, confidence drained, and even when they start games well, they crumble under sustained pressure. And what makes this matchup even clearer is the head-to-head memory. Hertha have handled them hard in recent meetings, so the AI doesn't overthink it. At home, with form, with better quality, this is a Hertha win spot. 1.62 odds implies around 63%, and in this setup that feels fair or slightly underpriced. Sometimes the best daily picks are the simple ones. For today, Hertha to win.